The operation was a success. Removal of the tumor went better than even we could have anticipated. You'll be able to go visit in a couple hours once they return from the PACU. Take care now. You have a new assignment. A formation of cancers nearby has been reported. Sending you the details. Excise this cluster at all costs. The label is black. Understood. Let's do this. Now imagine all of that, but with way more boobs. Even more than that. Little more. Now you got the idea. Damn. So the manga I would like to talk about today is called Triage X. It began serializing around 2009 and is still currently going with monthly publications. I had never heard of it until maybe a week ago. And the reason, for a little context of what got me into this, is I made a video a little while ago wondering why there isn't really manga or anime that revolve around hospitals and medical areas. And I received a comment on multiple shows, some I had either seen or heard of, and I had never heard of this one, so I decided to check it out. And I'll leave a link below for that video for anyone interested. But first, I gotta drop half this stuff because I'm sweating my balls off and it is so freaking warm in here. Got like an absolute furnace going. None of this is helping. So the basic premise of this series is it revolves around hospital staff that also work for an underground hitman organization. It's kind of a dynamic of healers who are also killers. So they give life, but they also take it away. It's an interesting dynamic. This series is extremely edgy with just referring to criminals and the targets as stuff like tumors, cancers, ulcers, which is silly, but I love it because of that. It's so ridiculous and over the top constantly. This series trades its narrative for action and fan service, but you still get character development enough to understand basic motivations of the cast and care about who is on screen. They're not just throwaways. The character design for most of the characters is pretty good. I actually really like it. There are a couple that kind of blend together, so you will get characters mixed up, but for the most part, outside of like those two, they're pretty memorable, at least appearance-wise, until you get more of their backstory. When the plot gets rolling in this series, and I mean there is a lot of plot in this. Oh my god. When they got to the first bath scene, and yes, the first one, I was surprised to see that they didn't go with the typical fog censoring straight out the gate. That threw me off, but I mean, the degenerate side was like, okay, we take those. We take those. On the other end of things, the action and gore in this is so brutal sometimes. They do not shy away from the shotgun and katana death victims being just front and center for showing the detail on what happens there, rather than the safe move of kind of having more of it off screen to keep it a little more PG-13 to say for this. How this is considered shonen and not seinen, I don't personally have a proper understanding on how things are categorized, but this 100% feels like a borderline hentai half the time, where it's getting to that point that it could cross that line, but it doesn't, yet it still hits these beats that keep it from being something that you could put in the teen section at the library. It's beyond me. This series is crude and blunt in its presentation for the most part, but it's that kind of dumb fun that you like to just feed your brain, that junk food, that good junk food. You just turn it off and you just enjoy. You just enjoy the boobs go boing, the gun go brrr, and the explosion go bang. Like, it's as simple as that. What I couldn't understand that's very odd while I was doing my research and trying to find this series was kind of how hard it was to actually discover. Without being told, I wouldn't have known it existed, and I'm sure there's a lot of people that are like, oh, it's pretty easy to find. But manga-wise, the first chapters 1 through 28 for some reason came up immediately. If I looked it up, I got that immediately. But I had to really search to get anywhere past that, which is odd because there's basically like 100 there's 21 volumes of this, and I was only able to get to like volume 7 without doing strenuous searching online for it, which I don't really understand that. Maybe I'm blacklisted, I don't know, maybe they just didn't want me to find it, but I did. I went out of my way. I had to find that. I had to find this gem, I mean, it's not a masterpiece or anything. It's trash, but it's fun trash. It's not bad either. That's why I'm making a video, because I'm kind of more in the middle. Like, if I was dunking on it, you'd know. And if I was praising it, you'd probably still know. So it's kind of just that safe middle. You don't have to go check this out, but I recommend it. It's pretty fun if you just want to give it a shot. That's all I really have to talk about for now. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and share it around. Let anybody know about this channel. We're just trying to get the growing going. If you're not already, and you don't want to be excised and given the label of black, then please hit that subscription button. It is greatly appreciated. It goes a long way. Otherwise, have a great rest of your day. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Let's do this. Let's do this. One day I'll get it.